Welcome to this month's TPT Critique. Today we are going through Liana's Small World, and this is a store full of ELL products, so English as a second language or English language learners. And I have to say right off the bat, I love this store so far. There are so many things that are really awesome. There's a couple super nitpicky things I am going to point out, but so much of it looks so good and I'm super excited. So first off, just right off the bat, I love the logo. It's very simple and I feel like it's pretty descriptive of what is going on. And I also love that you're using this banner header. I think that's the banner and that's the header. I can never get them straight. Right here to introduce your new math products. And so just right off the bat, you're like, hey, look, this is what we've got. I think you can make these clickable. You might want to look into that, and you could link it to your custom categories, which, by the way, I'm loving the custom categories with these little markers that make it emojis. Becca, those are emojis. I don't use emojis, but I love that it just kind of organizes your custom categories and looks really cute as well. So love that. Really good job. Then I'm coming down and there's your featured items. I like how it's kind of a variety of different activities, including an entire year bundle. Those don't sell super often, but they are actually really good. I get people who ask about that a lot. Like, do people actually buy them? Yes, people do actually buy them. They don't always buy them. They're not all the time. But I mean, if you get $79 one time, that's pretty good. One little nitpicky thing on your bundle covers, if you look at it this way, you can't see any of those. And so I know that, I know a lot of people do it this way, but it's just really hard to see. So I would maybe not even show all of the things. I would maybe pare it down to 4 so that you could make those bigger instead of the 6 that you have now. And I might even look into making it a white background instead of that black background. But you can, totally up to you. You can look at it and think about it. Let's go ahead and click on there and we'll just look through. I don't know that this needs to be on the preview, but that's okay. Well, I feel like with bundles you can kind of get away with a lot more than normal. And these are the previews that are in the different things. Okay, so lots of different products in here. And then I like how you have some of these things that are bold, especially face-to-face or distance learning. That was a big thing last year and is continuing to be a pretty big thing, actually. Not quite as much as last year, but still pretty good. And then you got your follow link. I might add more in here because you do, by the way, we're about to have a video about boom cards. This is a paragraph that you have to have in your TPT description for your boom cards, and we'll talk about that again in the video actually coming out on Sunday. But boom asks you to actually have that available so that people know exactly what to do. But without that, this is your whole description. I know it's a bundle, and again, you can get away with a lot more in bundles than with other things, but I would still beef this up a little bit and talk more about, what people are going to get out of it, why it's helpful, how it's helpful, just all of those, things to convince people to purchase. All right, let's go back and then we're going to pop on here. So this is the top seller. So it's just organized by bestseller, normally. And we have a ELL newcomer. So someone who is new to both the school and probably also the country. I love that you have a digital version as well. I think is a printable version, I think is what I read. Love that you have this video preview. Super helpful because you can see pretty much everything that's available in the video preview, which is just really handy, especially for people who are on the fence. $7 is a little bit higher, so you want to make sure you're really convincing people to purchase it when they are going to spend $7 as opposed to, $3. Then coming down, again, love these bold, hey, here's important details that you want to know. I also love this part. So everyone who is watching this, make sure that your description has, hey, here's something about the product, but then also like, here's exactly what they're going to learn. And it's totally fine to have that like, oh, and more, there's more stuff as well. But it just kind of gives a clue into what is going to be provided in the product so that people just are really aware. Love that we have the PDF as well as the digital. One super nitpicky thing that I noticed, I like how you have like, hey, we have feedback. Follow my story with the follow link. Yes, that is awesome. And I love that we have these extra products, but super nitpicky because there's so much stuff that you're doing so well. So I just want to, be fussy. With these, I feel like these should have a space in between each of these lines because they're all like separate lines. They're separate paragraphs. And then the other thing is I feel like you could kind of combine some of these because these are all like other things that you're doing. So no, I would do these separate. Down here, I would do like these and then this little part to be, I don't know. It just looks like not organized. If you're going to have like other products that you're sending people to, I would probably have them like all together. Or again, have like a, just a little space in between them so they're easier to read, because this online looks like all of that goes together, but it doesn't. It's a bunch of different things. So again, super nitpicky, but that's where it is. And then you might even want to add like these up a little bit or something like that. I don't know. Think about it. But 312 ratings, that is amazing. Good job. I'm really impressed. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so scrolling down these, I love how you have the like older kid clip art for the older kid stuff and then the younger kid clip art for the younger kid stuff. That's amazing because it's really going to help you to differentiate the buyer, because someone looking for older kid is going to be different than someone looking for the younger kids. With these, I feel like, again, it's a little hard to read the words on the thumbnails here. So honestly, like the only thing I can actually read from it being this size is ELL. And then I can kind of see everything you need for older newcomers. But all of the rest of the text, I cannot read any of that. When I have it this way, I can read all of it, but it's still a little bit of a struggle at the bottom. So my point being, if there's text on your thumbnail, you should be able to read it when it is this small. If you cannot read it when it's this small, then it's not doing anything productive. So I would probably, like on this blue one, I would take that white block and I would make it way bigger. I would make it kind of go behind the girl, and then I would make the words significantly larger. So you'd end up with maybe a little bit less of the chevron, which would probably be fine. So maybe use the chevron like as a border. I hope that makes sense. So I wish I could, like, I would do it so the box is like this. So you have like a chevron border all around the side, and then the words like, how's that for some noises right there? There seems to be some debate about whether or not to put your logo on your thumbnail. You can do whatever you want, but I personally land on the side of I am pro logo on the thumbnail, especially because if somebody goes to this page and then they pin it to Pinterest, then anyone who is on Pinterest can see that that came from your store, because it will, say it's from TPT instead. So again, here you can see like the difference between the little kid and the older kid versions. I love these thumbnails down here. These are great. I love how the tablet is really big. It's very simple. I can read pretty much all of those words, classifying triangles and quadrilaterals. So you can read all those words and like super simple. Absolutely love it. Again, same thing here. Love it. It's just very clean and very simple. And that's just the best thing. When someone's scrolling, they're like this down the search page, you want to make sure that people can see it. I also love this one, with the product photography, that one looks really nice. I can't really see the two behind the one with Albert Einstein's face, but from what I can tell, it looks really nice, and that makes me want to click on it. Actually, I didn't click on this earlier. So let's see. What do we have? Then we have some pictures. Okay. This is something I see a lot with people being concerned. Look at what pens you're using. Those are my favorite pens. Sorry. I see this a lot with people who are concerned about like their stuff being stolen. When you're using product photography, I wouldn't be concerned about it. So like here, I would go ahead and make it a little bit more centered so that you can see the whole thing. Especially if you have the pens on top of it, people will not be able to steal it. And then here, if you had it more fanned out, it would be easier to see as well. Or, you know, I feel like the camera should be like over a little bit. And again, I see that a lot. That's not something that just you do, but it is something that is helpful. Is that all it says is mistakes? Is that his quote? It's an interesting quote. But then I love how you can see, you know, the preview here. And so that's really helpful. Oh, these are quotes about mistakes. I got it. I was like, that's not a quote. That's just a word. Okay. What do we have here? Let's see. Quotes, Einstein, posters, math and science class. Really good. I would again skip a line here. Posters. I like how you have the different ideas and then also the different types of quotes, and that you said it's not edible. That's also helpful just to like make sure that everyone is, you know, on the same thing. I like how this is laid out a lot better than the other one. See how there's like skipped lines and then things are just like, it looks a little more clean, a little more simple. You could even bold these parts if you wanted to. And I think you could probably beef this up a little bit more to help with SEO if you just kind of like had a little bit more detail. But that's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Okay, let's look at the freebie. So I went ahead and downloaded your freebie, and it is over here. It is called Englishopoly, and it looks so cute. So basically you just roll the dice and move your game piece around, and then you're supposed to describe a phrase from each of the pictures. And then there's a couple of different, like lose a turn, move back, move ahead. Super cute. Absolutely love it. What I would say along with this is you have, let me look so I get this right. You have 8,000 downloads on this baby. 8,000. That is crazy. That is so many downloads, and that is amazing. So here's what I have to say about it. It should be in more bundles. So I see that it's in these two, which is great, and then also in this bundle. But if it has 8,000 views, that means that this is doing really, really well. So what I would do is I would then make another version of the same game, and I would maybe have like themed ones. So maybe you can have like all about food, or maybe you have, you know, all about this one actually looks like routines and like school stuff. So that works. And then you can have all sorts of different ones. Do you already have that? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. And then I would have maybe, you know, just, I don't know, animals or movies or different things, but I would have more of these that are available for purchase. And even if you just want to do, you know, $1 for the one game board each, so like this one's free and then the next one's like $1. I mean, if you got 8,000 downloads, like that'll do pretty well. And if you can get a couple of these, and especially if you can do maybe 2 or 3 versions in each one, so then you can charge, you know, $2 or $3 instead of just $1. And then you can make a bundle, and that would sell so well. And you can promote it in here like you have it down here promoted as well. So that would be like my biggest suggestion right off the bat is like make more of this, because it is clearly doing well. And I see, you know, again, I see it's in other products, which is awesome, because again, then more people can try it, more people can love it. But I I would like go to town with that because that is so many downloads and that is amazing. So congratulations on all the downloads. Go capitalize on that by adding in all of the extra things. All right, friends. So I think those are the main things that I wanted to point out in this particular store. It looks so nice and there's so many good things. A couple little things, and again, they're super nitpicky when we have stores like this that are like rockin' rollin'. You know, she's got 126 products. Usually, you know, you figured out quite a bit by then, and so it's just kind of more of the nitpicky stuff of, you know, here's more things that you could do to make it just a little bit better. And of course, take everything with a grain of salt, and you don't have to listen to any of my advice because I'm just a person on the internet. So, you know, we've got that going for us too. I also would be really curious to see if you have a blog or if you have, you know, an Instagram or any of those kind of things to help promote your resources. Because especially once you get to that point where you do have quite a few resources, you have some of these like higher ticket items, that's when it can really help to make sure that you are marketing. So I'm not sure if you're doing that or not, but I'd be curious to see if you are. And that might be kind of your next step, is to pick like a platform in which to market and do that, or just creating resources if that's what you want to do. So to recap, love the descriptions having, you know, like the tags and the like other things to go for, the really specific, like here's what's included. I would make some of them a little bit easier to read by just skipping that space and just kind of reorganizing them to make sure they make really good sense. I love the custom categories. Those are amazing. Love using this to announce your new products. Love the entire bundles, but I would make these thumbnails a little bit less busy so they're easier to read. And then again, here, I just feel like I can't read many of the words. So just make sure if there are words on your thumbnail that you can read them all. I love the video previews that I saw on most of your products. And of course, I click on the one that doesn't have it. But I saw a bunch of your products do have video previews, which is wonderful. There was one that was vertical. So I'm curious, friends, what you think of vertical product videos. Are they helpful or not helpful? Oh, now I found more things to talk about. I've mentioned this in a previous critique video, but again, I can't read any of this. And so like this part I kind of get, but like these, I'm not sure what these are. So it would be more beneficial to have one and then say like, oh, there's a whole bunch of them, and just have it bigger so you can see. And you can make it more than one page, and I would use more than one page because that's a lot of information on one page. Where was I? I don't remember. So awesome product videos. Love these thumbnails that are super simple. Love the logo. Love the amount of products and the variety of products that are still, you know, within your niche. You're kind of finding like good ways to branch out without branching out too far that no one wants to buy anything because you're like not in your niche anymore. And love your Englishopoly freebie. Make more of them. Make lots more of them. That would be like my main product line if I were you. I hope this was helpful. If you would like to be featured in the next one, please leave your store's link down in the comments along with any pertinent information like how long you've had your store, what your store is about, all of that good stuff. And yeah, leave any questions you have down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.